Okay. Greetings, dear colleagues. Here is the next session with Dr. Amit, a senior assistant professor at Journalism and Communication Department of Devi Lal University. And today he's going to tell you about the status and future of online education in India, which will be very interesting for us to know about. At the end of the session, we'll have questions and answers part of the session. Please feel free to ask your questions via the Pine tool. There is a Q&A part of the screen at the right side of the display, and there is also a chat where you can send your questions as well. So let's start. Dear Dr. Amit, you're welcome.
Thank you and namaskar, sir. A very good evening to all the participants. And before starting my presentation, I want to thank the organizers for providing me opportunity to interact with the galaxy of the intellectuals. I am attending this conference from the morning, and every speaker has expert and the specialization in its field. And I have also seen the documentaries in between, which are the part of the advertisement of the university or which are the part of the publicity of the university. The university in the virtual mode sees very impressive, and the mode of the presentation is very nice. And I think that the university is imparting the qualitative education in the Russia. It is the hub of education. I also want to congratulate the university authorities and the university professionals who are associated with the university and who have which have just completed the 100 years, century years. So I congratulate all the organizers and the all university for imparting the qualitative education. Friends, such type of programs play a vital role in imparting and enhancing the skills of the teachers as well as the students. Dear participants, please mute your mic, and if you have any question or the query, please ask it in the end of the session or write in the chat box. I will entertain it at the end of the session. Friends, the topic of my presentation is the status of the online education and the future of online education, special reference to the India. Friends, the education system of the world during 6 months, if you go to the last 6 months, due to the COVID-19, the education sector of the world stands still, whether it is a school education or whether it is the higher education. Friends, UNESCO has also reported that 157 crore learners have been affected by the COVID-19. And I am sharing my screen to show the PPT. Is my PPT visible? Is my PPT visible? I start my present as UNESCO. I said that UNESCO has reported that 157 crore learners across the world have been affected by the COVID-19. If we talk about the condition of the India, in India also 32 crore students have been affected.
Yes, it is.
Colleges and the university students have the bigger issues to deal as their final semester exams, which are yet to be commenced, and when will be the exam conducted, God knows. And if the exams have been conducted, the situation, they are not mentally fit, they are not physically fit due to this drama. Marshall McLuhan is Canadian thinker, coined the term global village in 1960s. It means that all parts of the world, as they are being brought together by the internet and other electronic communication interconnections, We have been observed it in the real sense during the period of the pandemic. Friends, the virtual mode which we are interacting, this is also the global village. I am sitting in the India, and you are sitting in the Russia or the different parts of the world, but we are hearing and listening. This electronic gadgets, the internet and the computer systems have provided us the opportunity to interact with in the virtual mode. Friends, it is an unprecedented situation, and education is experiencing one of the biggest shifts during the period of the pandemic. There is the change in the era. Work from office is shifted to the work to home. Physical classroom teaching is shifted on online mode or the virtual classroom. Similarly, face-to-face seminars and the workshops are converted into the webinars, and friends learn from home. Nowadays have become the fashion of the days. Friends, Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation in the India, we also said that father of the nation, he has depicted the importance of the education. He said that by education, I mean an all-round drawing of the best in the child and the man in the body, mind and the spirit. Friends, he had also termed that if we wanted a proper development for the development process, education is an essential part. He also said that the process of the development of the developing nations goes through the villages. So there should be the topmost priorities of the government that the rural development should be the topmost priority by increasing the Panchayati Raj institutes, by increasing the powers of the Panchayati Raj institutes. If I talk about the India, in India there is an agro-based economy, and around 70% population is residing in the villages of the state, villages of the country. Friends, the education system is very low in the initial stage, and literacy level of or the education are the basic indicators of the development process. India has put a special focus upon the education sector since its independence. More and more schools and colleges have been opened in the rural, semi-urban areas and the other areas of the state. 5-year plans have been introduced for overall development of the country by the Planning Commission. Nowadays, it is known as Niti Aayog. The name of the Planning Commission has been changed. During this, by this Planning Commission, 5-year plans have been made, and every plan is adopted equality to promote the qualitative education, may it be in the school education, may it be in the technical education, and Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, Adult Education. These are some schemes of the Indian government which have been introduced or which have been spread or which and make in the campaigning so that the every each and every student or each and every people of the country has been got the literacy rate, and the literacy rate of the country should be increased, and it should go to the 7%. Friends, it's as per the data of the statista.com 2020, the literacy rates here show, the graph shows that the literacy rate in the 2011 of the country is 69.3%. And men education is 78.88, and the women education literacy rate is 59.28. Similarly, 2015 data is also depicted, and 2018, if we talk about the 2018, it is 74.37%. Friends, at present, Indian literacy rate is around 77%, and the male literacy rate is higher side on the higher side, while the female literacy rate is at the lower side. If we compare about the rural and urban, there will be also the difference, and urban areas have the more education as compared to the rural areas. Friends, if we talk about the education system of the India, First, I want to say that the starting of the education is start as the child birth, take the birth in the family. The family values of the country are very strong. My earlier speaker in the morning showed that the culture also plays a vital role. Similarly, family also plays a vital role. If a student is belonging to the which family, which part type of the family, which type of the geographical conditions, geographical conditions of the countries are also varied day from as there are some mountains, there are some desert areas, there are some plain areas. So the geographical conditions also play a vital role in the field of the education, and the family values plays a vital role at the initial stage of the student learning or learning of the online learning. If we talk about the urban, then urban areas have the gadgets like internet facilities and the computers. Similarly, Gurukuls is also a traditional form of the education, and the primary education. If I talk about in the Indian education system, there is a three type of education, three tier system: primary education and the secondary education. These two tiers are fallen under the category of the school education. Due to the shortage of the time, I cannot go on the school education. I will go on the higher education part. Adult education is also the part of the Rashtriya Shiksha Abhiyan. And technical education. Technical education deals with the engineering courses, polytechnic courses, and the BTech courses or the MTech courses, professional courses. These are also known as the professional courses. Friends, nowadays, in the terms of the population, my country stands in the second in the world, and in the terms of the geographical area, India as ranks the seventh in the world. So, to increase the employment opportunities, the government is going towards the technical education. Similarly, the skill-based education, skill-based universities have been opened in the different states, and similarly to empower the women, for the women empowerment, women universities have also been opened during the last decade. Friends, college and the universities are the main sources of the higher education institutes. We can say that they are the main sources to provide or to impart the qualitative educations to its masses or to its pupil. This is the data of the universities. It depicts that there are the different universities in the different states. Basically, if you talk about the universities, central universities, there is you show that in each state of the country there is one or the two universities, except Chandigarh. Chandigarh is the capital of the Punjab and Haryana, and there is the Punjab University in the Chandigarh, which is not listed in this, and there are total 54 central universities, and similarly there are universities, state universities, and deemed universities and the private universities. There are 875 universities in the country which impart the higher education, education and teaching and learning facilities have been provided to the students. Friends, during the last 6 months, the position of the teaching process changed due to the pandemic, and the PowerPoint presentations or the virtual mode of the presentations or the online education is not replaced by the flow of the academic thoughts and the discussions. It serves as a memory aid. Coincidentally, friends, it's my personal experience that the slogan raising students questions about the online classes. Various media reports also depicts, being a media teacher, I also wanted to share the information on which is given in the media. The media reports depict that online classes do not click with the rural students. Poor internet connectivity, non-availability of the smartphones, and electronic gadgets have become a hurdle for a large section of the students from the rural areas to impart them the qualitative education by using the online mode of the education. Lecture voice often breaks due to the slow connectivity. slow connectivity. As we see the data, the users of the internet are increasing day by day, and but the bandwidth facility or the qualitative net is decreasing due to the more users. The bandwidth is increasing, and the bandwidth is slow, or bandwidth is not up to the mark. I have no hesitation, friends, in accepting that this problem is not one-sided. This is not the problem of the students. If I talk about my teaching fraternity, and I am also part of it, some of my friends are not ready to change with the time, and they do not adopt the technology. It is not their fault, friends, because we all grow up learning in a face-to-face era of the teaching predominated format. Moreover, there isn't the proper infrastructure and the equipment facilities. Even the webcam installed computers were not available to the faculty members in many prominent educational institutes. Friends, the condition is very, very poor, and which must be increased if we want to impart the online education in the qualitative method. Then digital divides of haves and have not, and a lack of common syllabi must be reacted, must be retracted, and these are a digital divide of have and have nots, and a lack of common syllabi are the two big challenges in the field of the online education. Friends, in the given circumstances, a question arises: can online learning replace the classroom education? Or what is the future of the online education? It's my personal opinion, friends. It is not based upon the research. It is my personal opinion. The answer regarding the replacement of the physical classroom is big no. I am not agreed with this. Online is a different medium. It cannot replicate the classroom teaching. But certain advantages lies in this mode of the teaching. We should understand that due to the unprecedented situation, online classes are the step gap arrangement, and what we are doing is not basically an online education. Similarly, mere computerization is not a digitalization, and digitalization is not an online classroom or the online class or the online education. Friends, whatever it may be, low technology or the no technology, the term is given by the UNESCO, where that exclusion of the online during a period of the pandemic or the post-pandemic period is not a wise decision. Anyhow, we should accept the change, and if not, we should miss out the affordance and the advantages that the new medium is giving to us. Certainly, there are the issues, but it is our duty to utilize the online resources up to the maximum level, and provide the study material to the students on different platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Pine app, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc. We should share the PPT, audio, video lectures, and friends, a common platform of the e-resources for the higher education learning institutes is the need of the hour, and the faculty should be trained by the organizing seminar and workshop. The such type of this the international conference organized by the university is also a part. Such type of seminars play a vital role in improving or the enhancing the skills of the teachers, enhancing the skills of the researchers, enhancing the skills of the faculty, and we should learn from each other. And such type of platforms are very important. And I congratulate the organizers for organizing such a nice conference in such a wonderful manner. Friends, interesting facts about the online education in India, if we talk about these are given in the slide. Online education market in India was about 247 million in 2016, which is expected to grow about 1.96 billion by 2021. I cannot waste the time on it because I think that the organizer will provide the slide to you, so I can go ahead. Friends, if we talk about the online learning, with the advent of the technology, the need of the online education or the learning has gained a momentum. If we see the figures of the last 6 months, which I have also stated earlier, and that we find that not only in the India, but many of the nations of the world have adopted the online learning. In India, many education technology companies are also offering free online classes. Our country is the biggest hub because due to the population, in terms of the population after China, our country have the maximum user of the internet and the online technology. While same as doing subsidized rates, many companies provide these facilities on the subsidized rates. Google have provide us free of cost Google Meet services, Google Cloud to the educational institutes. Our institute, higher education institute, the Deola University, Sirsa, is also using this app. And the Indian Human Resource Development Ministry, our education system has strictly upon depends upon the human HRD ministry. HRD ministry has also introduced the e-classes, MOOC courses, massive open online courses earlier also during the pandemic in 2014 we have introduced these courses and Swam Prabhat DTH channels for school making online learners and new trendsetters in the education sector. Friends, if we talk about the merit of online learning system, it's easy to assess, eliminates both the social and the typical barriers, variety of the programs and courses, skill-based online certificate courses, comfort and the flexibility, give learners freedom to choosing the time of their own career advancements, teacher development, and many other things. Friends, in online teaching, presence can be fostered by by adopting the several aspects. Friends, while talking about the online classes, I can say that what will we do? What are our target audience? We must understand that what are our target audience? What we want to do for the pure learning process. How do we address the diversify inclusivity? It may be diversify of the male and the females. It may be the diversify of the rural and the urban strata, which I have discussed earlier. Finally, we must know how do we have the students to learn in the age of the pandemic. Friends, being a media teacher, I also want to focus upon the educational TV and educational radio for imparting the qualitative education, for imparting the online education system to our students. Friends, I want to share an experience when there was no internet in our country. Educational TV and the educational radio were the main source of disseminating the information in the 1970s. We must have relied upon them to cater the need of the rural students or the students which have no technology to reach these students. We must go ahead. We should study the media using habits of our students of the university and act accordingly. Friends, it is the time that we should act globally and think locally. Why I am saying this term? Because being a teacher of the advertising, I must know. I am saying this because if we want to establish, earlier speaker have also said that we must understand our market. We must understand our target audience, whom we are imparting the lectures, whom we are, what is their social status, what is their media using habits, and if we want to establish ourselves on the world level platform, we must be familiar with the latest technology and its updates as itself. It is technology is changing day by day. We should think locally means we should not forget the content part of the lecture, our lecture, because in the lecture, the content will always remain the king. We must understand that which language our student understand. We must understand that which mode is best. No doubt, as I have earlier stated, that there is no substitute of the physical classroom, but in the given circumstances, we should use our resources more and more to impart the qualitative education to our students. Friends, India has also introduced its new education policy in 2020, and the new education policy has also focused upon the online education system. Friends, there is the beauty in the online education that its content is infographic in nature, and we should impart the qualitative education by using this content and preparing this content in a wonderful manner. Friends, I want to share an example. If we want to go, take the example that we go to the report of the World Health Organization regarding the COVID-19 patients. By seeing a single slide or the graph, we will get and understand the data of the world within the seconds. Therefore, content of our lecture must be student friendly so that they decode it properly and act accordingly. In the digital mode, there are a lot of the platforms to communicate. Therefore, medium which disseminate information must be selected, keeping in the view of the target audience. Friends, I also want to share that the digital platform is becoming extremely important for us, not only in the pandemic period, but in the post-pandemic era also. Digital have become very important part of our life. Friends, national program of the technical enhancement learning is the need of the hour. We should not only go through the part of the content, we should also play the impact and different kind of things. And we should also provide the theoretical and the practical knowledge to our students in a wonderful manner. Friends, if we talk about the demerits, I have already given the demerits and the merits of the system. If we talk about the demerits of the online, there are some demerits also, but we should forget the demerit parts and we should go on the merit aspects. It is easy to assess, its flexibility and nature, skill-based online certificate courses are available in my country, and there is no boundary as in that complete world has become into the global village or the global aspect. Therefore, friends, we should learn more and more. We should promote our students to adopt this technology. We should familiar with the technology. We should go with the latest technology devices. What is happening in the world? We should know what is happening in near about us. We should also create and generate the software. It is the responsibility of the higher education institutes or the technical institutes. Friends, if we talk about the in the demerits, infrastructure. In my country, infrastructure barrier is a problem. Lack of the resources is also a major issue, which I have stated earlier. Also, lack of the trained faculty is also issue. It is not the problem of the students; it is also the problem of the teachers also. And the digital divides of have and have not is also a big issue, and they give the learners freedom of choosing the time and their own career advancement. It is also an issue. And the practical classes, if you want to teach the science classes by using this mode, it is very difficult to take the practical classes or by using the virtual mode. Friends, if I am also giving a that to enhance the online education system, there is the provisions in the new education policy of my country. And in this provision, the governance of the higher education institutes is the independent boards and having the academic and the administrative autonomy. So they should go ahead and they should develop their own infrastructure. They should become a more and more student friendly. They should more. They should impart the qualitative education. Uh, Friends, there is the future, and then I am asking about the future of the online education in the country, or it will also applicable on the world also, world platform. Future is very bright. The vision is very bright. The vision must be clear. Our planning should be proper. If we plan properly, if we act properly, if we implement our plannings properly and take the feedback during the planning, and if our planning is flexible in nature, then the future of the online education is very bright. It is bright not only in India, it is bright throughout the world. And it is becoming important for us. And the new education policy, as I have already discussed, of India, which it has released recently, and it has been come after the 36 years, and the government has introduced it to, because government knows that it is the basic. Without educating the people, the process of development cannot be completed. Without education, there is no economic development. Without education, there is no social development. Without education, there is no modernization. Therefore, there is a special focus upon the education system. Faculty development programs by the human resource development centers, academic staff colleges is on the full swing in our country. Common platforms of the e-resources is the need of the hour. E-resources are developed. There are different colleges in the New Delhi, the capital of the country, who are running and who are creating the online courses resources. UGC, University Grant Commission, which is the special unit under which the higher education institutes are running. He has also introduced various online programs and various online degrees, and provided granted permissions to the higher education institutes. Friends, national program of the technical enhancement is the need of the hour. That's my presentation is complete, and thank you very much. If there is any question, your questions are welcome. Question from Maria. What is the general attitude of the people toward online education? Ma'am, general attitude towards the online education, as I show that the students are marking that agitating that they are not because of the infrastructure facilities. They should provide first infrastructure facilities, then we should go ahead towards the online education system. It's okay, sir?
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so questions. Okay, do you hear me? Yes, we can hear you.
Sir? You
no,
can't
see. We can't see you, but we can hear you. There is a toggle camera button between the microphone and share option.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but we can hear you. We may proceed with questions. Okay, is it okay for you?
Okay, sir.
Dr. Amit, where are you? Okay. My colleagues are telling me that we can see you, but okay. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, we can hear and see you. Yeah.
Connection. Am I visible?
Yes, you're visible and we can see you. Yeah.
Am I visible, sir? Okay.
Oh, you.
I have switched my connection.
Right. Yes.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir, for the question answer session.
Okay.
I'm ready to answer the queries of the participants.
Okay, the first question. Yeah.
The first question is, what is the general attitude of the people towards the online education? Due to the lack of the infrastructure facilities in our country, and as I have stated in my presentation, that the 70% population of the and in the rural area, there is a lack of the infrastructure, lack of the internet facilities. Therefore, they are not aware about the online education system, and the online education system at the present is not working properly. It should be increased, and the government agencies are trying their hard, trying their best to provide the internet facilities, to provide to make the complete country into the global village. I think here,
Okay.
should we go for
Yes,
the second
okay.
question,
The
sir?
second question from Jana Wysocka. So, educational organizations usually create their own online courses or use the courses of other universities via networking agreements. What are the main trends?
Okay. The main trends, sir, in our country, that there is a school system. I say that in the school system, the private schools are better than the government schools. They have their own system. They have created their own classes. They create their classes on the Zoom and Google platform, and their net connectivity is strong. As they take the students are also net friendly or the techno friendly, but in the government sector, the need of the improvement is there is a need of the hour to improve the infrastructure facilities. If we talk about the higher education institutes, University Grant Commission has also granted various lease lines to the libraries and different institutes. We have the resources, resources collected in the higher education system. Research has been shared, and there are various platforms in which the students who have completed the PhD, they upload on it, and it will be used at anywhere in the all or through the outer world. The system is improving day by day. In our university, we have also fixed the digital platform to enhance the digital platform. We have created the Center of Learning for the digital technology. A director is working, and the IT cell is working, and different kind of seminars, electronic seminars, webinars, and workshops have been organized there. Similarly, if we compare about the private universities and the government universities, there is a huge difference. Private universities are doing better. They have better infrastructure as compared to the government universities. I think my the question is clear.
Yeah, thank you so much for the information. So, the next question from Vladimir Griznov. So, is online learning available to all Indian residents, rather worried about rural areas and disadvantaged social groups, and how does the younger generation generally relate to self-education?
Very good question, well made, sir. It's a nice question. Is online learning available to all Indian residents? Sir, online government is trying its best to provide the online learning to all its residents. But it will take time. It will take time of 5 years or 5 to 10 years. And if there is the system or the availability of the part of there is a net connectivity, but the quality is not good. I have stated in my presentation also the voice is not clear. Due to the poor connectivity, you can see that my visuals are not seen. And the connectivity is the major issue. After that connectivity, there are users are increasing day by day, but the quantity is increasing. If we talk about the net facility, quantity is increasing. Our country has also providing the facility at the. But if we talk about the quality, qualitative net is not available in the rural areas, especially in the rural areas. Net connectivity is the issue, and the major infrastructure facility like computers, like electronic gadgets, like laptops, palm tops are not available in the most of the rural areas of the country, or the most of the geographical condition of my country. And there is a mountains, and there is if there is a mountains, if there is the tribal area, the facilities are not available in these areas. But near the national capital region or at the metropolitan regions, the condition of their villages is very, very good. It is even better than the cities or the cities or the semi-urban areas. And social groups rather worried about the rural areas and disadvantage of the social groups, and how does the younger generation. So if I talk about the younger generation is more techno-friendly. They are adopting technology very fast, and they are more techno-friendly as compared to the elder generation. So there is a lot of scope, and there is a lot of scope in my country, and they are generating education institutes, and the social setups of panchayats are providing the community TV, community internet facilities are growing in my country. In the rural areas, community places where the rural people of the villages and villages, the students get together. They are, by using the pandemic period, they are gaining the education. The condition is improving day by day.
It's great to hear that condition.
I think my
yeah. Okay, the next question is from me. So you've mentioned a SWAYAM platform.
Okay.
So is it right that it is mostly available for Indian universities? For example, would it be possible for Russian university, like us, to provide its courses via the SWAYAM to your students?
Yeah, it's a nice suggestion and the question, sir. MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, have been doing by the various universities, and I have also seen in the advertisements that many Indian students are your students. And in the field of the media, in the field of the biotechnology, in the field of the engineering, there's a lot of scope. And MOUs have been signed by the different education institutes, different higher education institutes. And it is also the need of the hour that a collaborative work should be done in the field of the higher education, and a collaborative work in the field of the research should be done. And it's the need of the hour. It's a good suggestion. I will ask the university authority to take the MOU between your university and our university. I think.
Yeah, thank you for the support. Okay, the next question is from Maria again. So, Zoom application is very popular in Russia. There are some limitations for Indian students to use it. What is the option for Russian-Indian cooperation in online and distant way of cooperation?
Sir, there are the problems, but there are the solutions also. The students who want to take the laptops, the scheme, there are the various government schemes. The student who are the brilliant students, government is supporting the brilliant students and providing the scholarship. And if the student wanted the education loan, the government is also providing the educational loans also. And similarly, if the student wants to bought the laptop or the technical gadgets for their educational purpose, the laptops are provided by the government institutes and social reformers, non-government organizations at the subsidized rates. There are a lot of things are growing day by day, and a lot of things are doing in this direction.
All right. Okay. So, thank you so much. Dear colleagues, if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to send it via chat or Q&A part of the Pine tool.
Zoom application is very popular in Russia. This is the question of the Miss Maria. Zoom application is very popular in Russia. There are some limitations for Indian students to use it. What is the option for the Russian-Indian cooperation in online and distance of the cooperation? Very right said, ma'am. The Zoom application is not used by the government agencies. The MSRD ministry have issued the guidelines and the directions. They are not banning the Zoom, but they issue advisory that there is the scope of leaking the data or hacking such type of problem. Therefore, government institutes are avoiding the Zoom application, but it is a very good application, and many private institutes and many education institutes are using it. Microsoft and the Zoom both are used very well in our country.
Okay, so it was.
Any more questions?
Yeah, that is all. As I can see, that is all. Okay, in that case, Dr. Amit, thank you so much for your very positive view on online education. Thank you for the information about India and about the status of online education, its future in India. I think it will be very useful for all of us to plan our possible cooperation with the Indian universities and maybe to learn something from you in future. So thank you so much. The next meeting will be approximately in 13 minutes after this one. Dr. Amit, thank you so much once more time.
Welcome, sir. And I have enjoyed the session. Thank you, all the organizers, and congratulations for completing the 100 years in the field of the quality, imparting the qualitative education.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.